next speaker. Her name is Ania Halama.
Do not forget your worth, and do not forget that your happiness comes first. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Spirituality for Badass Babes. My name is Ania, and I am so excited to be here. As always, it's always so beautiful to connect. Welcome to March 22nd today, the year 2022. Back into those beautiful twos, that energy, that flow of the feminine goddess. We are officially in the rise of the feminine. We have stepped into the age of the Aquarius, which is super fun and exciting. The age of the Aquarius is focused on our top 3 chakras, which are very intuitive, heart-centered, all about that flow, connecting to your intuition, connecting into your goddess self, that heart-centeredness. The previous episodes that I've done, I've talked about a lot about the heart-centeredness. We did a beautiful heart-centeredness meditation, one of the episodes, so feel free to go back to any of those replays as well and do that meditation again as well. So beautiful. Today I wanted to chat a little bit about that feminine goddess flow, because when we're living in the feminine, every single person has masculine and feminine energy. The masculine is very hustle mentality, very confined to a box, very, I need to think logically, do A, B, C, D, up to Z. Whereas the feminine is very flowing, allowing things to come to you. Similar to dancing, this is why the movement is so important for feminine leadership, is because we connect to that body, we move with the feminine, and things flow to us versus us trying to chase things start to flow to us, and it's beautiful. So I wanted to start today off with a beautiful feminine, connecting to that goddess within us, connecting to that feminine. And again, this is for men also. It's not just for women. When I say goddess, I mean that feminine energy. When we connect to that divine feminine energy, allowing that flow and that intuition to come through for us, versus that I need to do things A through Z as the masculine, the thinking brain, being more in our hearts versus in our minds. So let's start off doing an EFT tapping, and then I'll bring in our beautiful guest for today, which I'm so excited to share with her about all of her experiences. She's got some exciting news and talking about all these fun holidays. So let's take a deep breath in, center ourselves, and let's begin. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Breathe like that a couple more times. And while we're doing this, I'll explain EFT tapping again for anyone who's hopping on live who doesn't know what EFT tapping is, or anyone catching the replay who hasn't followed any of my tapping. So emotional freedom technique by creator Gary Craig. It moves energy around in your body. Similar to acupuncture, we all have these meridian points down our bodies, similar to the acupuncture points. But instead of needles, we're using our hands to move that energy and release that energy. So while you're doing this, you might feel some yawning, you might cry, you might get tears in your eyes, you might sneeze, your hands might be tingling. That is good. It's okay that these things are happening to you. Just allow them. That means that the energy is moving within your body. So as we move the energy, we start off with the negative affirmations, because we need to acknowledge the negative that we're seeing right now, and then moving into more of the flow and what we want it to become. You can use this as a manifestation technique. You can use this to get rid of anxiety, get rid of being sleep deprived, insomnia, manifesting absolutely anything and everything. You can use EFT tapping. For me personally, my EFT tapping journey was with anxiety. I had tons and tons of anxiety. Once I started doing EFT tapping, it pretty much within one session, it just released, went away. I was like, wow, this is powerful. So let's learn more about this. And once I studied it, I got certified in it. I'm able to show this beautiful magical practice to everyone else. Yes. So the points are, we will be starting off with side of the hand, just as we see right over here. Then moving into the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, under the arm, and then top of the head. And then we'll do several cycles of that. So back to the breathing. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold it. And release. And a final breath in. Hold it. And release. And start tapping on the side of your hand. Even though I feel very in my masculine, and I will repeat, and I will say the affirmations, you will repeat them after me. Even though I feel very in my masculine. And it's not allowing me to fully live in my feminine. I'm having a really hard time manifesting things in my life because I'm trying to micromanage the universe instead of the universe just allowing flow to come to me. And I know that when that happens, I'm stuck so in my masculine energy, where things should be easy and things should be fun. And that's the energy that I want to connect to. And even though I'm having a really hard time connecting to that flow goddess energy, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. And anyone else who's contributing to this energy or throwing my own energy off. I deeply and completely love and forgive them as well. Take another breath in. Hold it. And release. Starting at the eyebrow. I'm calling in feminine energy. Calling in all the goddess flow. Because I know that the more that I'm connected to my feminine, the more things just come to me. And life is easy and more fun. And if the more fun I have, the more money that I make. And I allow more ease and grace into my life. Then I'm not so worried about all the things that pop into my life daily. Or maybe any anxiety that might come through for the day. Because I know that I'm constantly in the flow. And I'm trusting that I'm constantly in the flow. Because the more that I trust the universe, the more universe has my back. And the more things that I actually do want, the more they start popping into my life. And I can start manifesting abundance left and right. Whether that's more money, more free time to spend with my children, more free time for myself. So maybe that might mean watching Netflix in the middle of the day. Whatever that flow means to me, I will connect it. And I will start being and living in that flow. So I'm giving pure grace and gratitude for myself and everything around me. Because it all starts with being grateful and feeling as if you're grateful. So I want you to look around right now and say 5 things that you're grateful for. Whether that's being grateful for being online and being able to be on this call. Whether that's looking outside and seeing all the greenery. Whether that's being grateful for the technology that we can do this call on. Or maybe that's just connecting to your own inner being. Connect to 5 things that you are grateful for at the moment. And after I give 5 things that I'm grateful for, I'll allow more of that feminine energy to flow. And I'll do that by being simply in the flow. I'll allow more dance and movement into my life. I allow more fun energy and music into my life. And I'm just going to do things that just make me happy. Because that's when I feel most in the flow. So instead of being stuck in my mental mentality, I am opening up my heart. Opening up for more love and abundance to come through. And opening it up for more joy and laughter to come through as well. So I'm allowing more feminine energy to flow. And I'm connecting to that feminine energy in body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. And release. So lovely. So now you guys have officially connected to your own feminine energy. You know how to go about connecting to that. Now, anytime that you feel you need to be more in the flow, connect back to either do this tapping or connect back to those things you're grateful for. Put on some music, dance around, do something a feminine energy would do. So dancing and movement is some of my favorite ways to connect to that energy, just to move that energy around. And there's tons of EFT tappings, journals, meditations, so much you can do. Speaking of feminine energy, I would love to invite you all to my Goddess Spring Forward retreat, which is happening just next week. It is March 30th, 31st, and April 1st from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern every single day. You can go to aniahalama.com/spring-goddess-retreat. I'm super excited about this. Like, the rise of the feminine is happening right now. So why not connect yourself and learn more? Really find out that true, authentic version of yourself. It is going to be so, so beautiful. And we start in just a week. We have 15 guest speakers. Each speaker is chatting about something new, something exciting that is going to get you into that feminine flow. For example, we have a manifestation queen coming on. She'll be talking about being prosperous, how to connect to that prosperity. We have We have a shamanic healer as well. She'll be teaching you how to connect to your ancestors and find the roots of what your ancestors have been going through. What kind of downloads can you receive from your ancestors? Then we'll be there's another speaker, and I'm so excited about this one. She'll be teaching you what does it mean to be the new sexy, because we all think sexy means like, oh yeah, this beautiful woman. No, the new sexy is connecting to your authenticity, connecting to that vulnerability. I speak about this quite often. Beautiful. We're going to have a manifestation teacher, a mindset teacher, a meditation. It'll be interactive as well. So we will be doing lots of interactive work. We'll be doing meditations, breath work to be releasing a lot of things. There are 3 options for you to sign up. The general admission is free for everyone. Goddess Forward is $111, and with that one you get lifetime access to all of the replays from the goddesses. So for example, you sign up, there's a goddess you really want to watch on a Wednesday at 2 p.m., but you have a different call to make. Well, with this option, you can get the replays from all of the goddesses. So even if you miss any of them, you'll be able to catch the replays. And then a VIP option that includes a free gift from every single one of the speakers. And this is valued over $25,000. Like, that is an incredible, incredible gift. Each one of the goddesses are bringing on beautiful special gifts. For example, I'm giving my abundance activation bundle, which includes an EFT tapping, a mindset call, and meditation, and then as well as an affirmation bundle. Some other ones will be giving away free meditation sessions, workshops, courses. So you will not want to miss out on this. So sign up again, go to aniahalama.com. The link is right there, /spring-goddess-retreat. And we start next Wednesday. So it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday, March 30th, 31st, and April 1st. And I would love to have you all there. Now, with all of that, I would love to introduce you this beautiful, beautiful goddess guest that I have today. Her name is Kimberly Rochelle. And Kimberly is a spiritual development guide with over 10 years of experience guiding people along their spiritual paths. She loves to travel. She loves to have fun. She loves meeting beautiful, amazing new people all over the world. Similar to me, she travels just as much as I do, which is beautiful. I love connecting with other spiritual nomads, spiritual travelers. So that is beautiful. Kimberly's goal is to help people everywhere see that there is more to life than the fear that is spread in the media. This is why she developed her little shows, all about powerful, uplifting messages, designing to lighten and engineer those that are watching and get them into their own true, authentic self. So Kimberly, welcome. I'm super excited to have you.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Hello, Kimberly. Yes,
Hi.
I can hear you fine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. And I know we've already connected. I know where you're at. Tell us where you're at the moment.
Right now, I am in India.
Beautiful. And I can see you've got your holly attire going on still, which is beautiful. So I would love to start with that. Tell us who you are. Tell us why you're in India, what you're doing there, and tell us a little more about you.
Well, I came to India. Well, it's a long story why I came, but I'm here to celebrate a bunch of holidays and really learn a lot about the culture and share that with everybody that I can.
Beautiful. And holidays are something that are very close to your heart. You're very passionate about them. So you've been having these little shows on your own, on your Facebook, on your own social media presence that started off with the holidays. How did you get into holidays?
So it all started back in 2015. I saw a challenge that this guy was doing a selfie a day. And it kind of started out like that. I would take a picture of myself, and then I would take a picture of all of the holidays that you could possibly celebrate that day. And it kind of morphed from that to a little live show where I would just go off and I'd name the holidays, which is like every single time, it's about 10 to 20 different holidays that you could celebrate every single day, right? And then in 2020, I started going live and I focused on them all, and it got a little bit overwhelming because I was going live and saying every single one. I didn't think the holidays got the recognition they deserve. So last year I started pre-recording them and I started really focusing on one holiday. And then just in 2021, I got the opportunity to start traveling and really diving into the different holidays and the history and the story behind them. And it's really been great.
Beautiful. So obviously there's a holiday every day, and I've known this, like I've been following like daysoftheyear.com for a very long time, and it's nice to just like pop in once in a while and like see the different holidays that are going on for that particular day. And you're right, there's like 20 different holidays every single day, and I can see how it could get overwhelming, especially if you're trying to focus on every single one of them. You're like, what am I doing? So what's a holiday today? What is today's day?
Okay, so today we have 3D Day. This one is the third day of the third week of the third month. The next thing we could celebrate today is American Diabetes Association Alert Day. That's on the fourth Tuesday of March. National Agriculture Day, also on the fourth Tuesday. But then we have some stagnant ones as well. As Young As You Feel Day. So if you feel like you're super young, it's just a time for you to appreciate that. Or if you feel like you're super old, it's time for you to appreciate that as well. We also have National Goof Off Day, Talk Like William Shatner Day, Tuskegee Airmen Day, World Day for Water or World Water Day, World Day of Meta, and International Day of the Seal.
Wow. Talk like William Shatner. That is incredible. Like, I can't believe there's an actual holiday for that. But hey, it exists. That goes to show you that we can have a holiday for absolutely anything. So do you know much about like how these holidays are formed? Like, Talk like William Shatner. Like, how did this become a holiday? How are some of these holidays formed?
So pretty much you just go online and you fill out an application, pretty much, and then you sponsor it. That's it. Like you can have the exact same, I think there's 3 national rubber ducky days, all with different sponsors.
That is hilarious. So if you have a sponsor for your holiday, you're good to go. You can set up your own holiday. So you can literally invent your own holidays pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's actually a holiday for that on the 26th of this month.
Oh, okay.
Invent your own holiday day.
Take notes, invent your own holiday. Yes. Invent your own holidays on the 26th of this month. There you go. Take some notes. So what is your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is September 19th. It's National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Ooh, that's fun. And why that?
I don't know. I'm not really even a good pirate either. I just go, "Arr." And I'm not like intimidating or scary. I just think it's fun.
And that's the whole point. The whole point of having like these fun, silly, goofy holidays, like it gives us a reason to connect to that fun. Again, talking about that feminine energy, that flow, like we're able to connect to that fun. When we're having fun, like life just flows to us. So that is that feminine energy. So why not go on daysoftheyear.com, look up what holiday it is, any time of the day, any time of year, and you'll be able to have some fun. Have some fun with it. That's the whole point of life. We need to just allow more fun, allow more joy to come into our lives. So, but the big one. All right, let's talk about Holi, because you are in India. Holi just happened. I see you're wearing your beautiful Holi attire. Tell us all about Holi. What is Holi?
Okay, so Holi is it's this festival celebrated in March all over India, and it's only celebrated on an auspicious date according to the Hindu calendar. It is known as the Festival of Colors all over the world. However, that's a slight misconception about this holiday. Holi is actually a day of worship, and it's not associated with the colors. The day after Holi, called Dhulandi, is all about the colors, but everybody still says Happy Holi.
See, I didn't know that. I had no idea. And what's the history of it? Like, I'd love, like, obviously it's in India. I have some friends that were in Nepal as well. And the photos just looked so beautiful. Even these photos that you sent over, they're so stunning. Like the colors, the beauty, just like the energy of everyone. It's so stunning. But where did it originate from? How did it get started? And how can we get started and celebrate it also in the States or wherever we are?
I think anybody can celebrate it. You just have to get everything together. The real goal is you have to have these certain colors. They're made out of flowers. They're not like toxic colors, and they're really good for your skin. So the story behind Holy is there is a demon who was like invincible and no one could defeat him. And he wanted everyone to worship him as God rather than everybody. And Hinduism has all these different gods. And then this demon had a son named Prahalad, and he worshiped Vishnu, who is like one of the gods of gods, pretty much. And he was a really nice guy. He's a really good, being, right? And then they had a sister named Holika, which is kind of where we get holy from. And she had this cloak, and that cloak made sure that she wasn't harmed by fire. So she put her brother on her lap and set it on fire. And she kind of did it as a joke, but she also wanted to kill her brother because he was going against their dad. And then Vishnu, he saw this. He got angry because he was like, that guy's a good guy. You know what I mean? And he took her cloak and he threw it away. And then Holika burned. And the brother was saved. So to celebrate Holi, we celebrate good, the victory of good over evil. And we create this huge bonfire and worship Vishnu. After the bonfire, we meet and greet with family. And then the next day we go for Dulundi. Dulundi is where we throw all the colors and have all that good fun. It's related to Lord Vishnu as well and Lord Krishna, who is the supreme incarnation of Vishnu. So this is because Krishna liked to play with the colors with his best friend when he was a kid named Radha. They would get this with soil that's really good for your skin. They mixed it with color, and they would throw it on the milkmaids. So on Dulundi, we play all these colors made out of these natural elements like flowers and water. And as you know, Vishnu took incarnation in many different colors: blue, white, red, black, gold, etc. Many colors. So this marks the winter ending and the spring starting. And I'm not sure if you know, but in India, there are 6 seasons. Like there's 4 in the US. They have spring, summer, monsoon, autumn, pre-winter, and winter. So everything only lasts 2 months. So they use these colors to honor all of Vishnu's lives, but they have a little bit of a deeper meaning as well, but we can get to that in a second.
Yeah, wow. That's beautiful. Like, I love learning about some of the history, because sometimes we just, like, especially holidays, like, we do things just to do things. For example, someone asked me the other day, not the other day, it's been a couple of weeks, it's been maybe a month. Someone asked me, like, what is the real meaning behind Thanksgiving? Like, why are we celebrating this? Like, what really happened? We do these things, and we do them because it's tradition, or we do them because my parents told me to, and it's just what we do here. But actually learning about the history, the meanings, the traditions, like, that's what we need to hone in on. Because Christmas, for example, it's not about giving gifts. Like, there's so much more to it, to Christmas, than just giving gifts. And I love learning about some of that history that goes through it. So what are some of the meanings from why we use certain things, why you use certain colors, why it's one day versus another day? What are some of those meanings?
Okay, so the Holi is all about good over evil. That's what we triumph with that bonfire, right? And Dulundi, the Dulna literally means washing. So it's washing the evil or bad things away. It's one of the only festivals where 2 enemies can come together and mend things. The festival washes away all animosity that they hold, all hatred, loathing, and bitterness. When the colors are applied, they represent joyful, colorful things in life, like blessings. And this is why we apply the colors. They don't apply the colors to yourself. You only apply it to other people or cows. Just fill each other's lives with joy.
Others or cats.
Right.
Can you do other animals? Can you do other animals? Can you put it on your dog?
I'm sure you can put it on your dog because it's natural. It's not toxic. They're flowers. Unless your dog has allergies.
Is there any meaning behind the actual colors? Because, like, from all the photos, there's a lot of bright colors. There's a lot of beautiful colors. But is there a meaning behind each of the colors as well?
Well, they're mostly just to celebrate Vishnu's different colors that he came back in, because he's represented in so many different colors.
Okay. And what are some of the other different traditions that you do around this holiday?
The night before, you always prepare some food. Most of the time, you prepare gujia, and it's like this dumpling that's a sweet dumpling. It is so good. You can find it literally everywhere. And then at the bonfire, you throw in auspicious things like some of the food you make and anything else that you find holy or sentimental to you to get rid of. After the bonfire, you take part of that fire and bring it back to your house and do a puja. Puja is just another word for worship. You allow all of your doors to open and you allow the smoke to fill in your house and really bless it. And then the next day, whenever you do all of the colors, you first let your family put everything on you. And then you go to your extended family and then they put everything on you. But you remember, you never put it on yourself because they're like blessings.
I love it. That's beautiful. And what about like some of the attire that you wear? Like, what would you wear the first day versus the second day? Especially because Indian attire is so beautiful, so beautiful. Like, does any of that have any meaning for this holiday as well?
Yes and no. What you would wear on the first day on Holi would be like long sleeves because you don't want to get burned by the fire just in case. And on the second day, you wear clothes that you don't mind getting rid of because some of those colors are super hard to get out.
So wear white and bleach everything. No, you probably wouldn't want to do that because these are all non-toxic. We had an episode, the last one that we did, talking about non-toxic products in our household. So do not do that. Don't bleach everything. Beautiful. So what were some of your fondest memories this time? I'd love to know all about your experience. Was this your first time doing it in India?
Yeah, it was my first time doing it. I really loved the fact that it's all about family and getting together with your family. It's just such a wonderful bonding moment.
Beautiful. Yeah, similar to Christmas, like just bonding with your family and connecting. Especially like Indians, they have a big family. So like if they could come together and bond with everyone there, I'm sure that was so special, so special. I actually had a lot of friends in Nepal. I had 4 friends there this time, and they were sending me photos. I was like, oh, I can't wait to be there. One day, it's on my bucket list for sure.
You should definitely do it.
Yes. So what are some of your other favorite holidays and some of the traditions around those as well, some that we wouldn't particularly know about?
There's a holiday called Noodle Ring Day. Yeah. And it's like you get a bundt cake kind of pan and you put noodles in it and you put eggs in it and you make like a cake out of noodles.
So can you make like spaghetti, like with the sauces and everything?
Oh, yeah.
You just make a spaghetti cake?
I think you should just stick it in the oven and make it like a casserole afterwards so it all sticks together.
That's fun. That's fun. What about some of like the traditional holidays? Like for example, right now, obviously you're dealing with Holi, and then obviously all of the big holidays in the U.S. that are coming up. Something that we wouldn't necessarily know about, but it's a big celebration as well.
On July 4th, there's Superman Day. And there's actually a lot of really cool holidays on July 4th, but that's the one that's really coming into my mind. And you're really supposed to wear red. So if you're wearing red for the 4th of July anyways, you're still celebrating.
There you go. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love all of this. I love the silliness of it as well. Like it's really important for us to stay in that positive silliness in order to just manifest our best lives. And that's kind of how you got started. You wanted to start showing more positivity, more mindset, more of how other people can connect to life, connect to themselves, and be the beautiful positive versions of themselves. You started with Positively Kimberly, which is your entire brand, and you started off with a sunflower logo, which if anything screams happiness and sunshines, it's sunflowers. How did that get started? What does that mean to you?
So the sunflower, I'm not sure if you know this, I've learned this pretty recently, which is why I made it my logo whenever I got that LLC. Sunflowers always look to the light, right? They're always going to bloom towards the sun. However, if it's a cloudy sky, if it's raining or something like that, they don't look at the sun because it's not there. they look towards another sunflower and they get the energy that they need from each other.
Wow.
So that is where I come in. I'm the sunflower that you can look to whenever you need that light.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I did not know that about sunflowers, but that is a fun fact, and I'm probably going to use it. Again, I had no idea. I love sunflowers. They're beautiful. So how did you get started with bringing joy? What is your story? Just bringing that joy and positivity. Like me, I grew up and I've always had a smile on my face. Like granted, as I was in my 20s and late 20s, early 20s, I had tons of anxiety, and I was hiding that smile behind like an anxious ball of anxiety that was in my head. But on the outside, I was always smiling. I knew that I had a mission that was way bigger than myself, and I knew that I wanted to share that positivity, share that light that I knew was deep inside of me. But then obviously life circumstances hit me over the head. I had anxiety, I had insomnia, I had trauma, a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with that. And that positivity was a little dimmed a little bit, but I've done a lot of work on myself to get back to shining that light so bright. So I'd love to know a little bit more of your story and how you got started with positivity. What is your mission and why you want to share this so much with everyone?
Okay, so first off, I'm a huge believer in fairy tales. Huge, firm believer in fairy tales. I've always considered myself to be more of a fairy. I've really had a very light energy to me. And it just seemed like I got into affirmations, oh my gosh, back in 2012. And I really realized their power because I was in a dark spot. But like you, I always had a smile on my face. No matter what happened, no matter what I was going through personally, I always smiled. And it seemed like that was really my calling, is really uplifting people. And then especially whenever 2020 came and everybody started freaking out, I was like, this is exactly why I'm needed. I need to be here to help people smile. And whenever I started doing the holidays in 2020, people really appreciated it because they needed that break.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what are some of those favorite affirmations, if you still have some that your go-to ones? And how can people use them? Because there's tons of, how do you use them, for example? Because there's tons of ways you can use affirmations. You can look at yourself in the mirror and just recite affirmations. You can read them before you go to bed, when you wake up. You can journal them, write them down. How would you recite them, and what are some of your favorites?
One of my favorites is stress rolls off me like water off a duck's back. That's one of my favorite ones.
Stress flows off of me like water on a duck's back.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. Again, that fun. I love all your energy. I love everything that you're bringing, because we need that light, airy, it's okay, it's flow, we're having fun energy nowadays. Like there's so much darkness, there's so much hate in this world right now. And if someone puts a duck in one of their affirmations, have fun with it. Why not? So how would you use some of these affirmations?
Honestly, I like to listen to them a lot. I have a few different recordings that are my favorites, and I'll just listen to them throughout the day. Like at any given point, you can probably find me either listening to meditation music, some kind of sound frequency, or affirmations. I'm always listening to something like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it then just engraves in your head, because the more we listen to them, the more it goes into your subconscious mind and your unconscious mind as well. Like it's not just your conscious, like this is what it is. Like you're not just saying like, I am beautiful, I am beautiful, I am beautiful. Like it really dives deep into you. And the more we listen to these things, especially frequency music is incredible. I listen to frequency music all the time. And if you're not familiar with it, there's tons of different hertz per different frequencies, essentially, for different things. There's an actual abundance frequency, there's a money frequency, there's an abundance frequency, there's a get healthy frequency. There's different types of frequencies that you can put on and allow those frequencies to heal your body, to allow that manifestations to come through, that abundance to come through. So there's lots that you can do with frequency. So I do love that tip as well. Do you where can people find more about these holidays, more about how they can start learning about holidays? Or if someone wants to just randomly pop into, it's March 22nd, what holiday is it today? If they want to find out more.
Well, everybody knows about days of the year. One of my favorite ones is brownie locks, though. It's just like Goldilocks, but brownie locks.
Brownie locks. Okay.
Mhm.
I have not heard of that one, but be sure to check it out. Brownie locks and days of the year.
Giant list.
So do they have mostly the same holidays on both of them, or do they, I mean, I'm sure they overlap somewhere here and there, but
A lot of times they overlap, but sometimes they're on different days. So it's kind of confusing to figure out which one is actually accurate.
which one do you trust?
I love brownie locks because it's so precise.
Okay. All right. Well, now we know. All right. So tell us more. Tell us, what is life in India now? How long have you been there? How long are you staying? Is there any other holidays that we should be catching over there? Tell us more.
Oh my goodness, there's so many holidays. I've been here since October, and I've been able to celebrate Diwali. I'm still actually editing that video, so that'll be up pretty soon. We have, oh my goodness, so many holidays coming up in the next couple of months. Actually, on Friday, there's one celebrating food in a way. It's like if you leave your food out that night, it won't get stale after that day.
Okay. That's fascinating. All right. So we put all our food outside. When is this?
Friday.
Friday, so it doesn't get stale.
Yeah, but remember, it's springtime here already. It's already 100 degrees.
It's more like summer, not springtime.
Well,
So why India? Why did you choose India to travel there?
well, I got into a long distance relationship, and some of those pictures that I sent you are from our Roka ceremony, which is our engagement ceremony. So I've been there celebrating with him and his family. That's the one that's been showing me around, and I've interviewed them for all of the holidays. Yeah, that's my husband.
Oh, how beautiful. Congratulations. That is so beautiful. I love I love when love meets love. No matter where it is, distance doesn't matter. Now again, it's 2022. I have long distance lovers as well, so it worked out. That is beautiful. And those are your engagement photos that you sent over, correct?
I had some engagement ones that I sent over, yeah. There was one of me outside that was on Diwali.
Okay. So because you're American and he's not, so how would the wedding look like then? I'm very curious in that case.
It's going to be very colorful. Very.
Are you throwing paint everywhere all over again?
No, not on the wedding. They're typically like 3 or 4 days long. Actually, the Roka ceremony is supposed to be in with that as well, but we went ahead and got engaged before my family was even allowed to come down here because they weren't allowing tourists down for a while.
Yeah, well, hopefully the world opens up very soon and we'll be able to shed some light on that, and you'll be able to have your beautiful, magical day. Are you doing a double wedding, like having one in India and then one in the States as well?
I'm having the wedding in India, and I'm doing just a reception in the United States. I don't need to have a whole other wedding.
No, that's so beautiful. One of my goals, bucket list items, things I've always wanted to do is go to India for an actual wedding. Like, they're so beautiful, so beautiful. So tell me more. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I'll go to your wedding. So tell me, I'm very curious about Indian weddings. Tell me more. So there's 3 days, and what are some of the traditions between each day?
So one of them is about, oh goodness, I want to say tulsi, but it's not tulsi. It's stuff, turmeric. You get this mixture and you put it all on your skin, or other people put it on your skin, and you let it sit there, and then you just wash it off, and it's all about getting yourself glowing and bright. And then the next one, you have a mehndi ceremony for the bride and all of the ladies. Now, that was in that picture of the hands. That's mehndi. So we'd have that with all of my family.
So that's like the henna, correct? Like, is that what that is?
Yeah,
the henna?
it's the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does henna come from any particular region in India, and then this comes from a different one? Is that what it is, or?
No, they're the same thing. They're just different names.
Okay. And then the last day?
And the last day, you have the actual wedding, but they don't actually do marriage part until after midnight. So it's this whole long day of things.
That sounds incredible. Well, maybe I'll be invited to your wedding. Okay, so we actually have a video from Holly from you. So let's segment into that and see all the fun stuff that happens there. Oops, nope, we're not ready for it, but that's okay. So, tell me some of your fondest memories from Holi.
Okay,
before we go into that. Yes.
You saw that thing I was holding, just
Yes.
like this giant stick. Yeah, that's actually like a water gun. So you pull it back, and it's like 3 feet long, and then you squirt people. And the best part about these water things is it's not just clear water. You fill the water, and then you also put colors in the water too, so you're squirting colored water on people.
Fun. And okay, so is this like just a 1-day festival where you're just walking around the streets squirting paint at everyone, or is it multiple days as well? Because I know the first day was like your whole traditional ceremonies, and then the second day is the actual colors. Is there more to it, and is it like a full day event?
It's mostly just the second day. However, people do start throwing it on the first day. And it typically stops around noon just because it's so hot, but it can go for a long time.
Okay, yeah. That and when do you start? Like, I'm assuming if it's noon, it gets so hot that you can't continue. When do you start it?
I think it just starts as soon as the sun
You wake
comes
up?
pretty much. Yeah, because that's what the kids look forward to. They look forward to going out and getting messy.
Oh, I love it. That's such a fun, a fun way to play, a fun way to connect to that inner child as well. Because we all we forget that we need to be children sometimes. Like we're constantly like hustling, worrying about work, worrying about our bills, worrying about where we're going to go on vacation with our families. But like we need to connect to those inner child moments as well. And this is such a beautiful way. Like even looking at these photos, like everyone, even the adults, especially the adults, they're looking like they're having so much fun, and they're playing, and they're joyful, and they're loving. Like their energies is so beautiful.
It really is.
We need to connect more to that inner child. And it was even the photos that my friends were sending me, there's children everywhere, and it's so beautiful. Like everyone's just like having a good old time and not worried about anything, not worried about like that, what's going on in this world, like all the pain, all the suffering. It's okay. Like it's okay to take that step back sometimes and be in the moment and have fun in the moment. So
Right.
good.
That inner child, that definitely needs to have room to play, for sure.
Oh, yeah. So before we play your clip, where can people find you? Where can they learn more about you? And where can they know about more holidays from you?
Well, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's a little hard to find. So if you just go to YouTube and type in Positively Kimberly, it's the one with the sunflower. Also, you can go on Instagram and follow me there. It's Positively Kimberly 47, or on Facebook, it is facebook.com/positivelykimberly.llc.
Beautiful. And I'm sure, we have it going down over there. So positively.kimberly.llc, and then Positively Kimberly 42, was it? For your Instagram?
47.
47. And is there a particular reason for the 47?
So, yes, kind of. My brother and his friends just had a joke about the number 47 for like my entire childhood. That's right.
There you go. Positively Kimberly 47. All right. So let's segment and then watch this Holly video from you, because I'm so excited to see it and see all the colors and all the fun and joy that's all around that energy.
for others and doing whatever you can in order to assist another person. And that's only one of the reasons why this holiday is so beautiful. Let's see what some people do to really put in some effort and show others how much they care. The night before Holi is whenever you have to get prepared for the holiday that you have. This is a very special occasion. A holiday in India wouldn't be complete without food. But this food isn't for us. It is for the gods first, then everyone else. In fact, we are the last ones to have a bite. Today we're making gujia. It's a family occasion. I wish I could help, but I'd have to get married into the family first. Family is super important here because between all of the kneading, rolling, and stuffing, this is a process that can take hours. The more hands, the better. In India, we have a lot of old recipes that date back for centuries, and most of the stuff is done by hand. That's one of the things I absolutely love about this place. Now our little sweet dumplings are ready for the fryer. They look so good and they smell so good too. But remember, no snitching. The first bite goes to the gods.
So yummy.
Hey, so today is Holi. Now, if you're wondering why I don't look like I'm dressed to go throw colors and have a lot of fun outside, the reason is I'm not going to do that. Now you might be asking yourself why. Well, there's a common misconception between Holi. Holi is actually the day before you throw the colors around. That's right. Today is all about this day of worship. So tonight we're going to go to a bonfire, and I really wanted to ask an expert about the differences and have them explain it to you a little bit better than I can. Let's see what the story behind Holi is.
Tell me the story behind Holi and Dahan. Dahan?
Holi Dahan.
Holi Dahan, sorry.
Holi is a festival in India. All over the India, it is celebrated in the month of March on some auspicious day according to Indian calendar, Hindu calendar, which is Falgun Shukla Purnima. There is a like Holi Dahan. Behind Holi Dahan, there is a story. There was a demon called Hiranyakashyap. He had many powers which made him invincible. So nobody was able to kill him and defeat him. So what happened? He used to rule the whole earth, and he wanted everyone to consider him God and worship him as God. It was a very bad thing. So his only son Prahlad, he had a son whose name was Prahlad. So Prahlad used to worship Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, which is superior God. So Prahlad used to worship Vishnu. Now Hiranyakashyap was very angry with it. He wanted to kill Prahlad, but couldn't. Many times he tried, but couldn't, because Lord Vishnu saved him. Prahlad was righteous. Prahlad loves to do good things. Prahlad loves the people. With all the power, instead of all the power, he never did any atrocities on people. So Prahlad was that good boy. So the thing is, then Hiranyakashyap had a sister whose name was Holika, which is related to Holi. Holika. Holika had a power where she had a cloak, which when she wear that cloak, so she will not get harmed by fire. So Holika played a gimmick and took Prahlad on his lap and started fire. Okay, in a bonfire she sat down and lit it up. So Lord Vishnu knew this. Lord Vishnu saw this. He got angry because Prahlad was a good boy and Holika and Hiranyakashipu wants to kill him instead of all the power. Lord Vishnu, what Lord Vishnu did? Lord Vishnu threw that cloak away with his magical power, and Holika burned. Okay, so she was burned alive, and Prahlad was saved automatically. And Prahlad, fire could not harm Prahlad. So, for the celebration of that thing, celebration of the victory of good over evil, we on the holy day, on the day of Holi, when we celebrate Holi, we lit up the bonfire and worship Lord Vishnu. So this was the reason behind celebrating Holi, and for thousands of years it's been going on, and we are celebrating Holi for Falgun Shukla Punya, which comes around the month of March. So that was the story about that.
Let's dive into the differences between Holi and Dhulundi.
What's the difference between Holi and Dhulundi?
Very good question. Holi, like Dhulundi, is celebrated next day to Holi. On the day of Holi, as I told you, we lit up the bonfire almost all over the India. And Dhulundi is directly related to Lord Vishnu and Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the supreme incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So Lord Krishna on the day of on the next day of Holi, what Lord Krishna used to do, she used to play this color festival. She used to play color festival with Radha Rani. So he used to soil, like there is a smooth soil which is actually called Multani Mitti in India, which is called Multani Mitti, which is a smooth soil which is applied all over, which can be applied all over the skin. Okay, so that's very healthy thing for, and it's a natural color. So with the that is mixed with color, and Krishna used to color the milkmaids. Okay, so because of his naughty acts. Okay, when he was boy, he was when he was a child, he was very naughty. So since then.
That video was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for sharing that. We learned so much. We saw so much. It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for also coming on, sharing your wealth and your knowledge, and sharing all about this beautiful holiday and educating the world about it, because I think it's so important to, again, release, connect to that inner child, allow that flow to come in, get those blessings. So good. So thank you so much, Kimberly. This was wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you everyone who's watching, who's on live, who's watching the replays. And again, this is Spirituality for Badass Babes. I am Ania Halama, your host. And then also be sure to sign up to the Goddess Spring Forward retreat that is happening next Wednesday. And you can do that by going to Ania Halama /spring-goddess-retreat. And I will see you all next week with another episode of Spirituality for Badass Babes.